dear Cut and Sew Tribe, you are welcome to Cut and Sew Tribe YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. If today is your first time of checking on this channel, you are highly welcome. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more free interesting tutorial, and do well to turn on the bell notification so that you'll be notified anytime I upload new video. Alright, Sew Tribe, you are welcome to class. So we're going to learn how to cut and sew this kaftan with built-up neckline, and we are going to create this facing, the style at the front. So the required materials you'll be needing, you are going to need plain material like this. I have my doll face here. I'll be using doll face for that place part. So this is half of a yard, and this is the Ankara fabric I want to use to recreate this style. So I have 3 yards of Ankara fabric, though my whole length is not going to be as long as this one, so I just want to make it like 3/4 length. So the emphasis is going to be on the neckline and the facing. So you need matching threads, and I will be using this stone just to embellish my own. So this is a very simple and easy tutorial anyone can work with. So the first thing you are going to do, this is my 3 yards of Ankara fabric. I will make sure I fold it. I'm going to fold it into 4. So this is the first folding. I'm folding it into 2 equal halves like this. Can you see it? So, and I will just go ahead and refold. So this is what you will have. I will have it like this into 4 places. Can you see it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very important. So depending on if your length is going to be full length, let's say you are going to work with length 60 or thereabout, that means you are going to need more than 3 yards. But because this one now, the length I'm working with is just 52, and I have 54 here, so this will be more than enough for me. Do you get it now? So I want to take it to the ironing table. I want to iron it down so that I can have a very smooth material to work with. Alright, this is it. I've ironed it down. The required measurement you will need, you are going to need your gown length, your desired gown length. You are going to need from shoulder to waist, from shoulder to your hip, and another most important measurement is your across the shoulder. I hope you know how to take your across the shoulder measurement. So this is how to take your across the shoulder measurement from your center back neckline like this. You are going to measure across your shoulder to your sleeve length, to your desired sleeve length. I hope you get it now. So this is how to go about it. Now the first thing I want to do now is to measure all my vertical measurements. From shoulder to waistline that I'm working with is 17.5. So I'm going to make it 18 inches plus the seam allowance. From shoulder to hip that I'm working with is 27 plus, I'm going to add ½ inch to it for the seam allowance, and I will just measure my desired gown length. So I have it like so. I'm going to roll it out like this. Another important measurement you need to insert is your bust measurement. So for your armhole, you know it is cut together. For your armhole, for you to have space for your armhole, you can use between 8 to 10 inches depending on the size of the person you are working for. But here I will be using 10 inches, and I'm going to add ½ inch to it because I'm still going to cut it away up here. So I have 10.5 here. So I'm going to measure the 10.5 across as well. So making how many lines like that? We have about 4 lines together with our desired length. So here we have this. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to measure my across the shoulder. So the across the shoulder I'm working with is 19 inches. 19 inches. So I'm going to add 2 inches to it, making it 21, because I'm going to show you when the time comes. I want to create a turnover sleeve by the time we are sewing. So I'll be adding 2 inches extra to the across the shoulder. So we have it like this. Now I'll go ahead and insert all my, I hope you can see this. I'll go ahead now and insert all my horizontal measurements. So the bust measurement I'm working with is bust 36. You know, bust 36 into 4 is going to give me 9 inches. Now, you know, this is a very free gown. It's a free gown. So I'm going to add 2.5 inches. Now this, we have different variation of this gown. It depends on how big you want it to be. Do you get it now? But just know that you cannot use your exact measurements because it is a shift dress. Do you get it now? So but for me now, I'll be adding 2.5 inches. You can add between 2, 3, 4 inches depending on how big you want it to be. So this 2.5 inches I'm adding, it is just to create the room I want, and I'm going to add one more extra, 1 more inch, making this 1 inch is going to be for my seam allowance. Do you get it now? So for the waist as well, I'm going to divide the waist circumference into 4. The waist circumference I'm working with is 34. So 34 into 4 is going to give us 8.5. I have my 8.5 like this. Don't forget, I added 2.5 inches extra for the ease and 1 inch for the seam allowance. Do you get it now? So here to here, I'm going to create it together like this. Do you get it? And the hip I'm working with is hip 42. 42 into 4 is going to give us 10.5, and I'm going to add 2.5 inches to it for the ease I want to create on this dress. This is totally optional. Like I said, you can use any amount you desire, and I'm going to add 1 more inch extra for the seam allowance, and I will connect it like this. So whatever I have here on the hip line is what I'm going to extend to the hem. So I'll just bring it down straight like this. Do you get it now? I'll just make it straight like this, and we have curated our dress. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to work on the neckline. So I'll be using 3.5 for the neck width. So my neck width is going to be 3.5. I will mark 3.5 like so. Now for the back neck depth, I'll just use 1 inch, or let me use 1.25. So I'm going to create it like this. Now for the front neck depth, I'm going to use 8 inches. I don't want it to be too big. I'm going to use 8 inches like so. Do you get it now? So these 8 inches I'm going to connect with my, because I don't really want it to be the V shape to be that sharp, so I'll just go ahead and just mark it out like this. Do you get it now? So this is it. Now for this part, for your build, for the color that you're going to use for this part to relax very well, I'm going to show you by the time we are sewing. From this center neckline, from this center part, come in by 1 inch. Come in by 1 inch, or you can come in by 0.75, between 1 inch to 0.75. So I'm going to use 1 inch. Do you get it now? And I will just mark it like this. Can you see it? You will understand it better by the time we are sewing, and I will make it like this. So instead of it coming out like this, you will have like sort of 4-corner shape here. Do you get it? So this is what we have. And for this part, you know, we have not created our shape here, so I'm going to like blend it in here. Do you get it now? So that we don't have sharp or line here for the sleeve part. Can you see it? Now I want to create pockets here. I want to create cut together pockets. So this is how to go about it. To create your cut together pocket on your waistline, just come in by 2 inches, come out by 2 inches rather. Do you get it now? And you chalk it like this and bring it down to your hip area here. So just make sure that the space you are creating, your hand can enter it. Do you get it now? So this is how to create a form of cut together pocket for your dress. This is all about the drafting of this dress. So the first part I want to cut now is this. I'm going to cut it like so. I'm going to cut the back first. So this is the back neckline. I'll cut it like so. Now for me to be able to separate it, I'm going to cut the shoulder open. So this is what I have here, and like this I'm going to remove the back block like so. So I want to cut the front neckline. Do you get it now? So I will just go ahead and cut it out like so. So when you get to this place, you just cut it out like this. So this is what we have. Can you see it now? Because of the neckline, I really want us to get out to sew this. I'm going to show you the sewing on the sewing machine. So let's meet on the sewing machine. So alright, this is it. The first thing you are going to do here now is you are going to join the shoulder. You are going to secure the shoulder together. So I will secure the shoulder together like so. So this is what you have after joining the shoulder together. Now the next thing you are going to do is to measure the circumference of the neck. You are going to measure whatever you have there. So this is me trying to measure it like so. So this is it. I have 27. So whatever your neck circumference is, you are going to add at least 1 inch to it. So this is it. You are going to use it to cut a long strip like this. Can you see it? You cut your long strip. So this is, I have 28 inches here. This is my 28 inches. Now this is what you're going to do. You locate the midpoint. Locate the midpoint here. And you notch. Now for the width of this, you may want to ask for the width. I added interfacing inside. So the width is 4.5. Can you see it? 4.5. I have 4.5 as my width. So when unfold, it will be 2.25. Do you get it now? So the back of here, the center back here as well, you're going to notch it. Go ahead and notch your center back like so. So you just go ahead and turn it inside out like this. So this is my neck width. Let me open it up. Now you know for this V side we have cut it in by 1 inch. You are going to see what it's going to do now. So on this part that we cut in 1 inch, you will come down, notch it open by ½ inch. Please, this is very important. ½ inch like this, and this part too, ½ inch. Just cut it out like this. Can you see? So you are going to have something like this. Can you see it? You have something like this here. Now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to place in this. So can you see it? Just place in this like this, like so, and you pin it round. So go ahead and pin it round. Can you see it? Right side facing right side, and you pin it down. Secure it down with your pin. So you do the other side as well. So once you pin it, this is what you should have. Do you get it? Now you pick your sewing. Start sewing from this part you notched. Can you see it? Or let me turn it inside out so that you see it from the other side. So this is it. You sew from this part. Can you see it? I'm going to remove the pin here. So you sew from this part that we notched. Can you see it? And you hold it down straight. So once you get to the notch part, you stop. So this is what you will have. This is what you will have, and we are going to turn it inside. Now this part you notch, this part that I said you should notch, this is what it's going to do now. You use it to turn in this part. Can you see it? So you bring this one to in like this. Can you see what we have? So this is what you will have. Now and at the end of the day, this is how your neck will rest. Can you see it? So this part here now, this part that you notched, can you see it? This is what is going to do for you. You are going to use it to finish up this side. You are going to sew this part down like this. But before I sew it, I want to go and finish up this. I want to go and serge it. I will weave it around, and I will come and show you how to finish up this neckline. So this is it. I've finished up the neckline. So we are going to set it now. You have to arrange this part. So you must have this like this. I said it is very important if you want to get perfect finishing for this neckline. So this is what you want to do. You know, this is how it will lay. It can cross anyhow. So let's assume you want to have it like this, and you are going to bring it out here. Can you see it? So you make sure this 1/2 inch you have here is coming out like this. Can you see it? If you don't notch it, you won't be able to sew it. This is the reason why you need to notch this part. And you know, I said you should add 1/2 inch extra. So the 1/2 inch extra you added to the door face is what you are going to use to join the 1/2 inch on this Ankara together. So like this is the easiest way I know of achieving this built-up neckline. I hope you find this helpful. So make sure you arrange it very well. So I want to pull out this. You make sure everything is together. So, and this one too, you pull it out. Okay, and I will just sew it down there. So you can back stitch like so, and you sew on that 1/2 inch. If you exceed the 1/2 inch, it is going to pack outside. Do you get it? And make sure you pull in the Ankara very well. This is the most challenging part of this neckline. I will not deceive you. So I have it like this, and I'm going to trim out this. So, and this part as well. Now I'll just turn it outside. So can you see it? It's because of the notching and the extra 1/2 inch. Can you see it? So this is what you should have. So if you like, though this one is optional, but I just love doing that so that this one will not be showing outside. You can just top stitch it very close to the neckline like that, so that you use it to control this part. Do you get it now? So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to top stitch it all through. like so. So you push in this one, you make sure it rests on the Ankara so that it will not be showing outside. So I've top stitched it. This is what we have, and can you see it? Everything is neatly sewn down now. Can you see the neckline? So I want to take it to this ironing table. So I want to give it a good press, and we're going to meet on the table so that I'll show you how to fix the other facing. So I've ironed it down, I've pressed it down, and it's very beautiful. So the facing now, I have it like this. This one is just, you just have to use your discretion to go about it, or how wide you want it to be, how long you want it to be. It is totally a matter of choice, but I used about 13 inches, 13 by 13. See, I have 11 inches left here because I folded it in. Do you get it now? So you iron it and fold it round triangularly like this, and fold it in just to achieve this square. So after that, this part you just fold it in like this. Any of the angle, you just fold it in. You know, we have different shape for this, so but the one we are working with, this is the shape. Can you see it? So this is what you are going to do. I'm not using this one. You know, I said I'm going to stone my own, so I've done the stoning so that I will have it. It will be convenient for me to do, but that was what I did. I've shown you. Now this is the next thing I'll go and do now. Can you see? Just place it. Once you iron it down, you fold it in, it will be very easy to do. So this is the placement, and I'll just take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew it around like this. Do you get it? And I'll come and show you the next thing to do. So I've sewn it down. Can you see it? It is neatly sewn. Can you see it? So it's very close to the edge to achieve neat finishing. Now the next thing we're going to do now is to go and do the turn up sleeve. You know, I added 2 inches extra to this sleeve when I was cutting, so this is what I want to use it for. This is the easiest way I know of doing turn up sleeve. So this is it. I have folded in my 2 inches, and I will go and sew it down. Just take it to the sewing machine, sew your 2 inches down on both sleeve. I've turned the sleeve edge, can you see it? And I've gone ahead to iron it down. The next thing to do now is this. So you bring your sleeves together like this, and you're going to notch this part, notch the edge here like this. So this is how to achieve the turn up sleeve. That part you notch, can you see it here? So you are going to use it, let me bring it close to the camera. You are going to use it to centralize the part you sew. You are going to see the thread. You may not see it, but I believe you should see it. Can you see? Just use it to centralize that part you have sewn down, and you are going to straighten it up like this. Do you get it now? I want us to get it. That's why I'm showing us this part. So can you see it? And you do the other side like that too. So just open it up like this. You will see the part you have sewn down and the notch. Make sure they centralize each other so that it will be straight by the time you sew it down, and you can pin it down as well. So you now straighten it up like this. Can you see it? You straighten it up and you take it to the sewing machine. You are going to sew it down at the edge towards the body. Can you see it? Towards this part. So you can use 0.25 to sew it down, and this is what you're going to achieve. I've done the other side. Let me show us what I'm trying to explain. So this is what you are going to achieve at the end of the day. Can you see it? So, and this is what the inside will look like. Can you see? It's very neat. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine now to go and do what I've just explained, and after that I'm going to bring everything together. So this dress is almost done, so I'll bring everything together. And you know, I added 1 inch seam allowance, just 1 inch. So it is that 1 inch I will use to sew it all round. So this part now, this pocket part, let me explain that part too, so that you will get it. I will start sewing from this part of the sleeve. Can you see it? Once you get to the pocket, please, you know there is going to be opening here. So this part now, you sew it around, you stop here and you sew it around like this, and you continue your sewing. So that meaning, what I'm trying to say is that you are not going to sew it all the way down. So what I'm trying to say is that you are not going to sew it all the way down. You are going to leave your pocket opening. So this place is going to open. Do you get it now? So I'll go and do it, and I will finish the hem, and I will show you the final outlook on my mannequin. All right, our dress is fully ready. Can you see it? So lovely and beautiful. Can you see our neckline? If you find this tutorial helpful, kindly give us thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more interesting tutorial. Feel free to share with fellow Sew Tribe. Until I come your way next, keep practicing. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.